What if you had to live where temperatures drop to -80 degrees Celsius, a place where breath turns to ice in seconds and cars must run all day just to stay alive? Today, we're traveling deep into Siberia to explore Oymyakon, the coldest inhabited village on Earth. And by the end, you'll discover the strange survival tricks the locals use to live in this frozen world. Oymyakon sits in the heart of the Siberian wilderness, a small, remote village surrounded by endless snow and frozen forests. In winter, temperatures can fall below -80 degrees Celsius, cold enough to freeze exposed skin in moments. Yet more than 500 people still live here, raising families and continuing traditions that go back generations. But the story doesn't end there. At this temperature, the air itself becomes dangerous. Breath instantly freezes, eyelashes turn to tiny crystals, and even saliva can freeze before reaching the ground. Metal can stick to skin like glue. Still, people here step outside every day and continue their normal routines. In most places, when you arrive home, you turn your car off, but in Oymyakon, that would be a mistake. Cars are often left running all day and night because if the engine stops, the freezing temperature may prevent it from ever starting again. Even daily travel becomes a battle against the cold. Life continues for the youngest villagers, too. Children still walk through deep snow to school each day, wrapped in thick coats and fur hats. In fact, school only closes when temperatures drop below -52 degrees Celsius, something that sounds extreme to most of the world, but is considered normal here. Farming in this frozen land is almost impossible because the ground remains frozen most of the year, so the diet of the villagers relies mostly on meat, frozen fish, reindeer, and horse. Food is often stored in underground ice cellars where the permafrost keeps everything naturally frozen, turning the entire village into a giant freezer. But water creates another challenge. Pipes freeze quickly in these temperatures, so running water systems rarely work. Instead, villagers cut blocks of ice from nearby rivers and carry them home to melt for drinking water. Even the cemetery tells a story about the power of the cold. Because the ground is permanently frozen, graves cannot be dug easily. Workers must light fires on the soil to slowly thaw the permafrost before they can dig deeper. It is slow, difficult work in one of the harshest climates on Earth. So why do people stay in a place like this? For the families of Oymyakon, this land is home. Their ancestors survived here for generations, learning how to live with the cold instead of fighting it. In a place where nature seems almost impossible, the people of Oymyakon prove something remarkable, that human life can continue almost anywhere, even in the coldest village on Earth.